Also in Washington this morning is CBS News political analyst John Dickerson. John, good day to you.
Good morning, Harry.
Democrats are furious. You can feel the steam all the way here in New York City because they are so mad. Is there any way the president puts his arm around them and says, let's sit down, let's work this out, let's make this work?
Well, yeah, you're exactly right. The liberals are very angry, and the Democrats, who actually have to pass this in the Senate, reacted with the surprise that usually is associated with surprise dental exams. And the problem for the president is he needs to get those votes, but he also has a lot of Republicans now, and that's the coalition he's decided to grab here. As Bill mentioned in his piece, he spoke to both parties. He was the man in the middle and who said, stop this fighting. The American people are the ones who will suffer. Both of you get in line, and that was a message to his own party as well as to Republicans.
The White House clearly thinks this is a really good deal because they basically traded an extension of unemployment benefits that goes 13 months well into next year for this 2-year extension of the Bush tax cuts. They must think this is the best deal they could get.
That's right. The White House says this is the best deal we could get. And in fact, in speaking to liberals, they say it's a better deal than anybody would have expected. Focus here on the good stuff. They say there's stimulus for the economy. There's help for lower and middle income people. This is a new reality, they argue. We've got to pay a price to Republicans who are now in charge. They have the leverage. So given all of that, the White House says, it's a surprise we got as much as we did.
Doesn't it also illustrate, though, that the Republicans already, even though there's a lame duck Congress that's still, in power for another couple of weeks, it's the Republicans who are really driving the bus?
Republicans are driving on the bus on this one in particular for these reasons. One, the president didn't have all the Democrats in the Senate to vote with him, and he just didn't have the votes. That was the reality. The other reality is the White House knew that if this all broke down and taxes went up for everyone, the president would get the share of the blame. And without that kind of leverage, they had to make some kind of deal.
Now, with this being, moving along, as it were, what happens to things like START? Is that still in play? Or what about Don't Ask, Don't Tell? Was that hidden under the rug somehow that might get, might get done by, say, New Year's Day?
Republicans have said unless they get a deal on taxes and continuing funding for the government, another thing on the agenda, they won't play on any of those other issues you mentioned. The president does want to get this out of the way, but on that START question, there is some signs that it was going to get some Republican support. Remember, it needs 67 votes, but there was late word last night in a report in Roll Call that maybe now that's stalled. Another reason for liberals to be angry. You made this deal and you're not going to get anything else.
John Dickerson, appreciate your expertise. As always, thank you very, very much. Do appreciate it.
Thanks, Harry.
All right.